us a break. Give us a break. What, Edwards? What? Sir, she needs new spark plugs. Check how far that village is. Let's take a look down here. Can you see it, son? Can you see the village? Yes, I see it. And what about our tanks? Can you see any of our tanks down there? Edwards. Yeah, but they're not ours anymore. The Germans got to them. It sounds like whatever BESS needs is down in that village. I'm not sure how we got that out of that, but... Alright, let's go, Edwards. Let's go. Good luck. So we gotta take out a whole village by ourselves now. Come over here. The tank is going nowhere, and he'll be dead by morning. We're effed. What's it? You're just gonna abandon us? Don't you get it, Finch? Pritchard, all of us. We've been effed all along. If that's what you want, McManus, then just go. Don't you ever talk to me like that. I've run more missions than you have, guy. McManus, just go. Paraphrase that a little bit, but that's pretty much it. So much for we're all in this together. Alright, find the parts, get the tank running, don't die. So hopefully the graphics, or not the graphics, but the quality of the video is a little bit better than the first two episodes. I was able to crank that up, and I think it looks a lot better. Hope you guys like that. So we're checking out this windmill here. I somehow get stuck immediately after entering. Just stumble drunkenly onto a box and get stuck. Just like in real warfare, obviously. And here we have a silenced sniper rifle, which I decide to give a try. The scope looks super intense. So we have a nice view from the top of this windmill here. And you can use your binocular to kind of tag enemies. One of those guys was wearing the signature Prussian helmet with the spike on top. That's kind of cool. There's another guy there. So we've seen 3 guys in that first encampment. A few more down there in the next one. Let's see if we can find any others. There's so many windmills for just one town. And there's a 4th guy in that first encampment. Let's see if we can do some sniping. That guy is perfectly behind the tank. But I get that guy. The next guy is slightly suspicious. The 3rd guy knows there's trouble, clearly. And then this guy right here is like, nope, I'm not dead yet, I'm gonna never leave this cover ever. And he's forgetting about the trouble already somehow. And I'm able to get him. 100% splendor at this point. And now we move on to our next vantage point. Take a little pit stop in here to see what fancy weapons there are. There is this gun, which in multiplayer is the semi-automatic gun that the medic class starts with. It is probably my favorite. Well, I think the medic was my favorite class so far, but I moved up to a different weapon, which I forget what it's called. And I try to make a shot here, but I think I hit the dirt right in front of his feet and alert everyone. And one guy actually gets on an artillery piece there, as you can see. And we'll see if he's just crazy enough to shoot at us. And I do some very terrible sniping and hit no one. So I just decide to try to head for the next windmill and see if I can be luckier with my shots. And the field piece is actually opening up on the windmill. They don't care for that at all. And someone down there is turning on the alarm. And yeah, he's still lighting up the tower, the windmill, I mean. And he finally hits it and actually breaks off the platform I'm on. And I guess falling all that height finally caught up with me and just killed me instantly. Tank warfare is not warfare, it is slaughter, says Unknown. So, it didn't really put us back far at all. But it did repopulate this little settlement here. And I just realized you could throw lures. But I decided to be very stealthy here. As you can see, I have my stealth machine gun. And no one heard anything. Flawless. Now let's see what's in here. There's a silenced pistol, which I don't think I use properly. I don't handle this mission very stealthily. But I like going up these windmills, so. But only that high, I guess. I remembered that the second windmill didn't work out so well, since they have that artillery piece right here. And I was super stealthy there. And that didn't alert anyone yet. Except for everyone, actually. And they turned on the alarms. There I use a stealth grenade, obviously. And I got a bolt action. I'm not sure if you can use a bolt action and have it not be a sniper rifle or not in multiplayer. But I'd like to. I like bolt actions. I try to go for those in like the World War II Call of Duties and stuff. I just think should stay here if this guy is ever gonna look away. But I guess not. He was very persistent. Another guy's coming to investigate. But he's not very thorough. There's Germans walking around everywhere. Look at his spike helmet going by. They're swarming. They heard gunfire. And I throw a lure. It piques this guy's curiosity. What's that? What's going on? And I'm trying to get that other German over here too. He's coming back. Let's see if I can take these guys out. Gotta keep that guy interested over there. We know how short their attention spans are. Now I gotta get this guy. Now we gotta be quick before this guy turns around. And super stealthy. Is someone's right around the corner here. They have really slow reaction times. Like, look at this guy. He had like all the time in the world. And there's literally someone right there who saw the whole thing go down. And look, you get behind the wall, and they forget everything. When they were just standing there watching the entire time. That guy was looking at the ground. They spend too much time looking at their own feet. And then you just go behind the wall. And they forget everything again. I don't think I'm doing stealth missions right. You can just run at people from 15 feet away and get them. So I think it's right now that I realize that I'm actually supposed to be doing something on this mission. And not just running around. So I have to steal spark plugs from all these tanks that they're trying to repair, which I believe are our own stolen tanks. And it's so awkward. I just walked out there, made like a good several seconds of eye contact with them, and then crouched and went by, and then shuffled left, and they forgot about it. And I try and do an Assassin's Creed move right here, but miss very awkwardly. But if I'd landed it, it would have looked pretty awesome. And I'm about to make a fatal mistake. I swung too early, and as we know from the first level of the game, the flamethrower guys are made of invincible. So he just destroys me right there. But now that we know what we're actually supposed to be doing, that's a cool fact right there. It said most of the tanks used by the Germans were actually scavenged from the British and French and repaired. That's interesting. I lost my train of thought, but I think I was talking about flamethrower guys being made of invincible. So now, on to finding more parts. And I'm trying house and we're riding this horse. But really, there's absolutely no reason to be on a horse in this level, really. Since you can only ride for a few seconds right there, away from the town. And horses aren't the stealthiest option. But I think I just horsed that guy to death by bumping into him. So we got our second spark plug. But now we have to hide. Our cover has been blown. And look what we got here. Not this guy again. But we actually took him out. There's our revenge for what he did last time. Now he's just a little smoking crater over there. And we found a nice bush to hide in. And I think by this point I've realized that the mini-map is useful and is pointing the way pretty aggressively now, because it knows I've just been running around aimlessly. So it says someone's up here and is alarmed by my behavior, so I had to take out him real quick and steal his sniper rifle. And notice how the German scope is offset like that. So you could look through that, or if you needed to, you could switch back and you still have your iron sights ready to go. A lot of other rifles, the scope is right over the middle and kind of obscures the iron sights. And I think the scope on the Springfield rifle that the American forces used actually blocked it, so you couldn't put a stripper clip in and you just had to single feed load it. So I'm going house to house in here, working my way back to the objective. And luckily, I've already actually gone through where the first two were and cleared them out. And this guy here had his stealth mode engaged, and he was just like pressed up against that tank hiding. So we have the third spark plug. And we just gotta work our way back to the first, which is actually in that first little camp that we made our way through right at the beginning. There's no right way in a place like this. We'll find one. You're the driver. Okay. Ah, nice work, boys. Yeah, we did good, didn't we? We done good. Right, sir. That's the last of them. Let's get her moving. Now we just gotta crank this crank here. I've done everything right. Everything. So he's pissed because it's not starting up. My whole sodding life. All I've done is live my life by the manual. By the manual. You stupid bloody machine. He's pretty pissed at old BESS now. Come on, BESS, pull yourself together and work for me here. Give it one last crank here. Ah, for fuck's sake, I thought you liked to bloody well fight. Let's give it one last crank, and there we go. All the little pistons are going now. Laughter. Hey, Edwards, she likes it when you swear, boy. So now we got BESS back into motion. Alright, Edwards, rendezvous is past those hills in the distance. Just something. Alright, lads, hang on, here we go. Left flank, captured tanks moving into the village. So now we get to wreak havoc on the village that we were sneaking through last night. Come on, lads, we've held together this long. Let's not fall apart now. Old BESS has got us this far, and she'll get us all the way if we do our bit. So the town that was full of Germans in the evening is now surprisingly empty for this part. Trying to keep an eye out for German tanks anywhere. These tanks are pretty awesome looking though, you have to admit. Oh, they got a tank like one of ours here. Kicks up a huge dust cloud there. He's firing machine gun fire back. But that's not gonna stop us. And here's all the Germans. Gotta hit that propane tank. There we go. They had a little field cannon set up there. A machine gunner. Man, if I was that guy, I would not announce my presence and open fire on a tank. And the graphics in this are pretty beautiful though. Taking a nice stroll down this town. Down this nice little street here. And they got a little baby tank trying to flank us over here. I'm glad they made these streets tank width. So the first tanks were really just like armored, legit tractors with enough armor so they could take some shots and just plow through barbed wire and clear a way for infantry to advance. And then they decided to put guns on them, even heavier armor, and it just kind of evolved from there. We got another little tractor tank. And this one really, the light tanks really do look like tractors. just fall over. And we can see another medium tank just roll on by. Man, the destruction in this game is just awesome. All the hits leave craters or tear chunks out of buildings that are in the way. It's just great. Okay, we took out the medium. Now we just got one last little guy here. There he is. Came over to say hello. He has one hit left in him. Unless I miss. And in that case, he has two. We'll stop to do some quick repairs. Take out that half track. And then we're good to go on our way. Take out this telephone pole. Because why not? And look at this destruction. In most games I would do nothing, maybe a little explosion effect. But in this one, a huge chunk of it has just been blown away. Train tracks. There's a train yard on the other side of this hill. We're looking for a main road just past it. So we got to advance to the Berlin Railroad. Trying to hit those trains down there. Take out that little water tower or whatever that was. We have to take the initiative. If we hit them hard now, we can explode them. Keep moving. Keep them confused and off balance. And let's hope they don't realize we're on our own. And that tank comes charging out at us. I try and do some bobbing and weaving here. Moving around erratically. That doesn't always confuse the computer, though. Probably wouldn't confuse players either. So we're just trading hits here. I stopped to do some repairs. The Germans get pretty bold, since no one is on the side machine guns. Stop that guy right before he's about to throw a grenade, though, so that's good. That's it, Edwards. I guess he was talking about the repair. Not really sure. You can't tell because I don't have the sound on, but I like how the machine gun makes different sounds based on if you're zoomed up. It kind of makes a sound that it would make if you were inside the tank, and you can hear like rounds clattering to the ground inside the tank. And I just triggered the largest explosion ever and just drove right through it. But if you are not zoomed in, it's a lot kind of like lower sound from the machine gun. So Townsend wants every last German tank destroyed. And here they come. Apparently. and stuff to see how much I can get away with destroying. But me destroying that train caboose over here has angered the Germans deeply. That was their favorite caboose. And I'm trying to do like a tactic from the movie Fury and get around him and shoot him in the back. And it doesn't really work too well because I take a lot of damage. I like how the grenades leave a smoke trail like that in the air. That's pretty cool. And this little tank doesn't want me to repair. He's messing us up. And somehow I did the shot, but we're gonna give McManus the credit there. Let's just hightail it for Cambrai. That's exactly where they'll be coming from. Edwards, find us a position so we can hit them. So the Germans are coming from where we want to go. So we gotta do the impossible and hold off a whole armored division coming towards us. Which, I kinda don't have this ranged in well at all, and keep hitting right in front of them. But, in this game, there's a lot of tanks moving together in what seems like tank divisions, but really, that wasn't a concept or something that was done until World War II by the Germans, really. The idea was kinda to just use tanks, kinda have like them really spread out and just one or two tanks and then a lot of infantry. So there wasn't like a tank brigade or an armored division. So that was something that came about in World War I. And they used to, like, what did I just say? Did I say World War I? Didn't come about until World War II. So I'm hiding behind the train and just peeking out to get a shot off. And this strategy is actually working very well. So that's a strategy I'm going to have to keep using. But these little tanks are pesky. If they stay on the move, they can keep running and flanking you and hiding, which is what their job is. That counterattack wasn't as stiff as it could have been. There'll be more. We gotta dig in and fight here. Let's get Bess doing what she does best. And this guy's trying to be a hero here, hiding right down behind us. But we'll show him. Oh, they pulled out all the stops, and they got the big guns on us now. They got their rectangle tanks on us. Moving fortress, line me up. So these are the signature heavy German battle tanks. And they destroyed my train that I was using for cover. But I remember playing Empire Earth, and these box tanks were the ones that the Germans could build. And the one I'm in right now, Old BESS, that's the one that the Allies Yes, that's it. Good work, but let's not get cocky. When I hear people say cocky like that, I think of Parappa the Rappa. When Master Onion was like, don't get cocky, it's gonna get rocky. Now let's move on to the next yajoki. Or something like that. Sorry, that was really random. Best, you did it, girl. We held off the attack. Next stop, Cam. And then, sir, Edwards, get moving. Oh no, don't you go thinking you can drop dead on us now. I'm fine, boys, just tired from all the fun. Come on now. And I just crushed that tank beneath my treads. Look at all the craters here. Artillery! Oh no, there's nowhere we can go. We've thrown a track. Anti-tank grenade. There's a whole German infantry charge coming at us. Are you okay, Edwards? McManus, don't be a hero. Townsend is holding him off by himself here. Looks like there's some kind of gas leak there. Sorry, Bess. And he's gonna go down with the tank. Which somehow killed everyone except for us. And here's the scene we started this campaign with. Right here. Did a little flash forward. Did a flash forward, and then a flash back to his chauffeur days. And then started in the middle. Edwards. So McManus is still alive. And somehow not a scratch on him, which is surprising for getting shot. So what do we do now, driver? We walk. And it looks like he has a Luger for some reason. Everybody just has a Luger. That makes sense. More than 300 tanks took part in the Second Battle of Cambrai. That's a lot